Welcome back to Bricks at War. Today we're going to take a look at some of my custom printed tiles and elements and how I keep them organized and how I use them. Welcome back to Bricks at War. So we're going to take a look at some of my custom printed elements that I've purchased, how I use them, and how I store them as well. As you can see here, I have a small sample of the custom elements or printed tiles that I own. I use these obviously through my mocks, and there's quite a few companies that actually make pad printed or UV printed elements at this point. So Brickmania, of course, a Citizen Brick is probably one of the bigger ones I buy from. Brick Warp, that's a great place to go. They're just kind of the new kid on the block in the last couple of years, and they're coming out with some really great stuff. As well as Minifig Company makes some custom printed elements and some tiles as well. And then Eclipse Graphics, they're out there. They do some pretty good stuff when you can get it. They always seem to be out of stock on items like that. And then Brick Designers, they do same thing. A lot of great stuff that they make, but sometimes hard to get. So you make sure you subscribe to their channel so that you get notified when new stuff comes out. That way you'll have a better opportunity to get it. So let's go ahead and take a look at my collection and how I organize it to start with. So here's one of the two cases that I have that I keep my custom printed tiles in. I've got these off of YouTube. They're pretty well made, easy to close. That's always a good component here, you know, being able to open these things. So I've got them organized kind of in a logical way. For instance, over here, I've got some custom printed med kits, first aid kits. And here, a lot of signage. Over here, no parking signage, and get some other things in here. What else? Oh yeah, we've got this one over here, which is no parking towaway zone. That's a good tile to have. And a lot of times I'll see this stuff, even if I'm not building a mock that I can currently use custom tiles. But when I find something new that I think I'll use in the future, I try to pick one up or two, depending on what it is. No dumping allowed. Of course, some street signs in case you need those. These came from Eclipse Graphics. These are really nice. They make some custom printed glass that goes in a standard 4x6 window. If you've got one of the modular buildings with the movie theater, that's what I'm trying to think of here, they make some really nice replacements for the movie theater windows of different movies. So check that out if you can get your hands on one. Those are nice. This, I'm trying to remember where this came from. This is kind of like a space glass shield that you would see like in a Star Trek type of thing. And then, of course, we've got some custom reactive armor plates, some other elements that are just printed, like venting, stuff like this. You never know when you're going to use this stuff. Restricted access, oops. And then, of course, I've got a ton of this stuff. And this all came from Citizen Brick, most of this striping. They've got it in different colors, yellow and black, fluorescent orange and white. And then I've got some of their older stuff in here too. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. Standard orange and white, which is a great one. Then, of course, some Amazon boxes. Now, a couple different companies make these Amazon boxes, but they're nice to have, of course. And then we've got wheelchair accessible item here where you park that, or you can put that like on a parking spot in your mock. Always a great item to have. You know, if you're building a city, you're going to, of course, need some handicap parking. That's what I use that one for. Citizen Brick, again, here makes some tiles that are locker doors. I use these for all kinds of different things because they work really well. Not only locker doors, but custom boxes. I use them on my generators, my emergency generator design. And then over here, we've got tons of different computer screens. So, you know, obviously we have a Macintosh computer screen, Apple computer screen, and some other ones. So those are always great elements to have. And then we've got these steel plating. I use these a lot for different items in my cities or military bases. Those are great to have as well. So that's one of my boxes. That's how I keep it organized in here. Then I have another box. This particular one we'll take a look at, get it open. Sorry about moving the camera around so much. And then we've got some custom printed flags. The flags came from, these particular ones came from Brickmania. They've got a whole bunch of different flags. So if you're looking for World War II or modern flags for different countries, these, I think they're $1. So, you know, they are printed on material. They're pretty flexible. They're nice. You can kind of put an edge to them by folding them a little bit and they'll hold that. This particular one I used for my Berlin wall mock. Then we've got phone tiles here, got some speaker tiles here, exit signs. So like when I build a building, I always have an exit sign on the inside under the door like you would see in real life. Here's a bunch of different tiles in here, money, tickets, whatnot. Over here is some C4 and some Claymore mines that you could use on a war mock. Over here is all kinds of different little 1x1 type of stuff. So some keypads with combinations on them for security pads are in there. And then we've got some cans. There's a kind of a Budweiser thing. I'm not sure what that one is. There's a baby one. I'm not sure where I even got that from. But anyways, this is probably one of my favorites. I got this from Lando. Let's see if I can get it in there. It's a jar of piss. It's kind of a funny item. Then we've got some propaganda tiles here and World War II based air shelter. We've got a new mock coming up after the first year. We'll be using this air raid shelter tile, most likely. As you can see, some fallout tiles. What else we got in here? This is kind of what I do. So I see stuff like this, like, come in, we're open. These are great. I don't necessarily will use it in every mock, but if I build a city and I've got a city with a store in it, this is always a great item to have out in front. And then, of course, if you're doing military stuff or World War II, there's a lot of great tiles, Air Force tile. There's, I had an Army one here in my hand and I dropped it for whatever reason. U.S. Air Force. And then, of course, so I've got some German and some Russian tiles here from World War II. Here's a nice tile from World War II to use in your German builds. And then, of course, some tiles over here that have got some armor that's been pierced by machine gun fire. Some other aircraft-based stuff. Here's a California Highway Patrol tile that came from a custom kit from Brickmania. That was a nice tile I've got. And of course, a donut tile. You got to have a donut tile because you know you're going to have some police visiting the donut store. A police station may need some donuts in them. Funny stuff like that. These are always great elements to have to add to your mock. And it really brings out the details when you have these type of elements to add to it. So I'm always looking for new stuff. I'm always keeping an eye out online to see when somebody's releasing something new. And then, of course, if it fits into a genre that I know I'm going to build in, I'll pick them up, especially city-orientated stuff. That stuff has been really great stuff to have over the last few years. And I'm sure that you've seen some of it, but if you haven't had an opportunity, definitely go out and check out some of this stuff. This will help add a lot of creativity to your mock and really help your mock stand out a little bit more with these custom tiles. And a lot of them are $1, $2, maybe $3 at most, depending on what you're buying. I've got some soda machines. Okay, they were, I think, 10 to $12, but they're really nice to have, and they get a lot of use on my layout. So I sure hope you enjoyed today's video. We hope to see you again in the future. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for joining us at Bricks at War today. Have a great day.